Let me just, I'm coming, sorry.
For this side. So then we will face the other side, we channel it to the river.
Sorry.
The access before temporarily one, but because of the lateral house collapsing, we will find permanent solution. Just sorry for the neighbor, we're making it permanent.
See your road. Which shoulder? That's the collapse. Which shoulder? This is the road. How can you say this is the shoulder? Yes. This is not shoulder, sir. Two segments of the drainage. We have one this way, that's the Jari side, and we have another one around the after the blue market axis, which is being handled by another contractor. The two drainages, they are quite important in ensuring that this town is dry as much as possible during the rainy season. From the environmental predictions, the rains this year are also going to be heavier than the ones of last year, so the tendency is that there will be more flooding. And that is why we are doing everything possible to ensure that the water flows. You know, the last time I inspected this job, I said we must make a way for the water coming from Okpana Road to get to this road and flow to the river. I think we're almost achieving that now. We just have a few days more to be able to achieve the flow of water from the Okpana Road through this one. The contractors are working day and night, virtually 24 hours a day. And once we're able to get these ones through, that we're able to open this channel, then it will be easy to deal with the Miriam Babangida Way and the DBS road. Now, for those two places, we are doing something temporary. You will have noticed that when we went to DBS road, there was a temporary drainage in one of the streets. Where we still have challenge right now is the Miriam Babangida Way, which one side is virtually flooded and has caused the filling of the road. What we have also decided now is to do a temporary drainage to remove the water from the road. So in the next few days, we should be achieving that. Waiting until we complete this drainage, because all the roads are going to eventually drain to this master drain. Once we complete this one, then we can now tackle the Babangida Way and the DBS road, the permanent solution. Meanwhile, we are determining the profile of those two roads. Profile means the direction which the drainage will go to, so that there's no back flow of the water. And I think with that profile, we will do the design of the drainage, and we can now do the proper drainage on those two roads.
So
Your Excellency.
The Miriam Babangida Way, apart from the drainage job that you're going to do there to be able to collect the flooding, the current itself seems to be a little bit of...
Yes, you will notice that what happened is still on the Miriam Babangida Way. I'm sure many of us know that before this administration there was virtually no road in that place. It was bush, you know, and but because of the congestion on the Okpana and Summit Road, we needed to open another road, and we rushed it. We rushed that road for two reasons. First, to ensure that in front of the Secretariat and Central Bank, because we thought at that time we needed an outlet, more like an outlet for both the Secretariat and the Central Bank going to the Straight Expressway. So we rushed it, and it's like a first phase, really. The second phase is still coming up. But the second phase we cannot do until we determine the proper drainage. So that's what is stopping the second phase. So until we do the drainage, then we can now do the proper second phase. If you notice, even the drainage that has been done by the Central Bank is blocked. It's not flowing, it's silted, because we have not also, they did not wait for us to do a proper assessment before they did that.
Your Excellency, you inspected the Okpanam Road end of this project where you expressed disgust at the level of flooding. Since that time, sir, what progress report have you received?
Let me go back to the issue of the drainage of the Okpanam Road so that we understand. You know, when I went there that day, I went because the roads were becoming more flooded than it used to be. And the reason we had was that there was more water coming from the Okpanam end. A lot of houses have sprung up and all that. And so I said a temporary channel to be done to offload the water. Now, on assessments, the engineers thought, look, to do a temporary channel, there will be nowhere that water will drain to. So we end up again flooding another area entirely. And that is why they had to speed up this work. That is where we are now, where I'm standing now. You know, at that time, nothing had been done here. So they are fast tracking this other end. Now, leaving, if you go, I hope we will eventually go there. We'll get there now. You see a small place that is still left between this side and the Okpanam Road side. Now, if you open that place now, you cannot do this work that is happening. Okay? The whole water will flood here. But we are not, I mean, this place cannot take water now. So I think what they have done is to leave that place closed. It's a small channel, I mean, it's a small gap that is not yet opened. And finish with this one, which they have promised that in the next 1-2 weeks they will have finished. Now, this one is going downwards. Is he going to cross this road to go and join the drainage that is flowing to the water, to the river? So when this side is opened and down to the river, then that small place that small partition, I would say, or separation between the two segments of the drainage will now be opened. And once it's opened, the water will just flow straight and close to the river. But if you open it now, you cannot continue with this work. Yeah? So I think it's just for us to be patient in another 1 or 2 weeks. Hopefully. If you come at night, people are walking.
Your Excellency,
your Brazil trip, sir.
Sorry, your Brazil trip, sir, in terms of effective management of
the DLA one, yes. The contract for DLA roads was awarded amongst the major road contractors that we're doing. Unfortunately, because of the amount of work they have on hand, they've not faced DLA one. That is one. Two, we also discovered that there are a lot of compensation issues on DLA, which DLA road which we have to deal with. Because what DLA requires really is a major drainage. If you just go and do any shoddy job now, unfortunately people build almost on the roads. We will pay some compensation, but we will destroy a lot of places, the illegal ones that are on the road. I mean, I won't pay compensation for somebody who's putting a fence on the road. No. Once we finish with those legal ones, pay their compensation, we will go and demolish all the both legal and illegal ones that are on the road. Because that's the only way we can achieve a proper drainage of DLA roads and eventually the turn of DLA roads. It's quite a challenge. It's a road that has a lot of challenges. It is like the road to Ministry of Agriculture. You know, people just come and build good fence on the roads, you know, and it gives us major problems dealing with some